bureaucracy.
Down with bureaucracy.
Up, red flag.
Up, red flag.
Up, red flag.
Up, red flag.
Inqilab Zindabad.
Zindabad, Zindabad. Zindabad, Zindabad. Up, red flag. Up, red flag. Up, unity flag. Zindabad, Zindabad. Zindabad, Zindabad. Zindabad, Zindabad. Zindabad, Zindabad.
All India Association Zindabad.
Zindabad, Zindabad.
All India Association Zindabad.
Zindabad, Zindabad.
All India Conference Zindabad.
Zindabad, Zindabad.
All India Conference Zindabad.
Zindabad, Zindabad.
Inqilab Zindabad.
Zindabad, Zindabad.
Inqilab, Inqilab, Inqilab.
Zindabad, 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 Zindabad.
Now we are going to start our session. All you are aware that we are going to celebrate the centenary year, particularly in the year 2022. So in the 49th conference, I would like to request our President, Comrade Sri Kumar, to host our All India Association flag. So I request Sri Kumar to hold the flag.
Inqilab Zindabad.
Zindabad, Zindabad.
Inqilab Zindabad.
Zindabad, Zindabad.
Up, red flag.
Up, red flag.
Up, red flag.
Up, red flag.
Up, unity flag.
Up, unity flag.
Up, unity flag.
Up, unity flag.
All India Association Zindabad.
Zindabad, Zindabad.
All India Association Zindabad.
Zindabad, Zindabad.
All India Conference Zindabad.
Zindabad, Zindabad.
Inqilab Zindabad.
Zindabad, Zindabad.
Inqilab Zindabad.
Zindabad, Zindabad.
All India Audit Accounts Association Zindabad.
Zindabad, Zindabad.
Zindabad, Zindabad,
Zindabad, Zindabad, Zindabad. All India Zindabad. Zindabad, Zindabad. Jai Zindabad. All India Audit Accounts Zindabad. Workers Unity Zindabad.
Inqilab Zindabad.
Zindabad, Zindabad.
Inqilab Zindabad.
Zindabad, Zindabad.
All India Audit Accounts Association Zindabad.
Zindabad, Zindabad.
All India Audit Accounts Association Zindabad.
Zindabad, Zindabad.
आवाज दो, आवाज दो।
इनकलाब जिंदाबाद, जिंदाबाद, जिंदाबाद। इनकलाब जिंदाबाद, जिंदाबाद, जिंदाबाद। इनकलाब जिंदाबाद, जिंदाबाद, जिंदाबाद। इनकलाब जिंदाबाद, जिंदाबाद, जिंदाबाद। Our unity जिंदाबाद, जिंदाबाद, जिंदाबाद। Our unity जिंदाबाद, जिंदाबाद, जिंदाबाद। Our unity जिंदाबाद, जिंदाबाद, जिंदाबाद। All India Audit Accounts Association जिंदाबाद, जिंदाबाद, जिंदाबाद। जिंदाबाद, 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 जिंदाबाद।
Our red long live.
Long live, long live.
All India Audit Accounts Zindabad.
जिंदाबाद, जिंदाबाद।
All India Accounts Zindabad. All India Audit Accounts Zindabad. Cassette down. Cassette down. Audit back up. Audit back up. Cassette down. Cassette down. Hey, got the bar.
जिंदाबाद, जिंदाबाद।
ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್
After giving
All India Audit Accounts Association Zindabad. Zindabad, Zindabad. All India Audit Accounts Association Zindabad. Zindabad, Zindabad. All India Audit Accounts Association Zindabad. Zindabad, Zindabad. Andarunal Chikkakkovil. Andarunal Chikkakkovil. Andarunal Chikkakkovil. Andarunal Chikkakkovil. Arvathettil Padan Kotil. Arvathettil Padan Kotil. Arvathettil Padan Kotil. Indirapasthil Bikaneeril. Indirapasthil Bikaneeril. Indirapasthil Bikaneeril. Indirapasthil Bikaneeril. Inqilab Mulak Committee. Inqilab Mulak Committee. Inqilab Mulak Committee. Inqilab இன்னுயிரித்த தோழர்களே இன்னுயிரித்த தோழர்களே தோழர்களே தியாகிகளே தோழர்களே தியாகிகளே வீர வணக்கம் 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 செய்கின்றோம் வீர வணக்கம் செய்கின்றோம் உங்கள் வழியில் எங்கள் பயணம் உங்கள் வழியில் எங்கள் பயணம் உங்கள் வழியில் எங்கள் பயணம் உங்கள் வழியில் எங்கள் பயணம் என்றும் தொடரும் என்றும் தொடரும் என்றும் தொடரும் அம்மா up our flag down down bureaucracy up our flag down down bureaucracy all India Audit and Accounts Association zindabad all India Audit and Accounts Association zindabad
इंकलाब जिंदाबाद कालम साक्षी चरित्रम साक्षी कालम साक्षी चरित्रम साक्षी कालम साक्षी चरित्रम साक्षी कालम साक्षी चरित्रम साक्षी रणभूमिगळ चरित्रम साक्षी रक्तसाक्षी कुडीरम साक्षी रक्तसाक्षी कुडीरम साक्षी रक्तसाक्षी कुडीरम साक्षी वीर रक्तसाक्षिगळे वीर रक्तसाक्षिगळे वीर रक्तसाक्षिगळे वीर रक्तसाक्षिगळे നിങ്ങളനശ്വര ധീരന്മാർ നിങ്ങളനശ്വര ധീരന്മാർ നിങ്ങളനശ്വര ധീരന്മാർ നിങ്ങളനശ്വര ധീരന്മാർ നിങ്ങൾക്കായിരം അഭിവാദ്യങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങൾക്കായിരം അഭിവാദ്യങ്ങൾ കൊടികൊട്ടട്ടെ വർഗവികാരം കൊടികൊട്ടട്ടെ വർഗവികാരം കൊടികൊട്ടട്ടെ വർഗവികാരം കൊടികൊട്ടട്ടെ വർഗവികാരം ഗണപടഹങ്ങൾ മുഴങ്ങട്ടെ ഗണപടഹങ്ങൾ മുഴങ്ങട്ടെ ഗണപടഹങ്ങൾ മുഴങ്ങട്ടെ ഗണപടഹങ്ങൾ മുഴങ്ങട്ടെ സടകുടയട്ടെ സമരാവേശം സടകുടയട്ടെ സമരാവേശം സടകുടയട്ടെ സമരാവേശം സടകുടയട്ടെ സമരാവേശം കൊടികളുയർത്തുക ചെങ്കൊടികൾ കൊടികളുയർത്തുക ചെങ്കൊടികൾ ലോകത്താദ്യം ചിക്കാഗോയിൽ ലോകത്താദ്യം ചിക്കാഗോയിൽ ലോകത്താദ്യം ചിക്കാഗോയിൽ ലോകത്താദ്യം ചിക്കാഗോയിൽ 68-ൽ പത്താംകോട്ടിൽ 68-ൽ പത്താംകോട്ടിൽ ഹോസിപ്പൂരിൽ ഷില്ലോങ്ങിൽ ഹോസിപ്പൂരിൽ ഷില്ലോങ്ങിൽ ഡൽഹിയിൽ ഇന്ദ്രപ്രസ്ഥത്തിൽ ഡൽഹിയിൽ ഇന്ദ്രപ്രസ്ഥത്തിൽ അടിയുടെ ഇടിയുടെ വെടിയുടെ മുന്നിൽ അടിയുടെ ഇടിയുടെ വെടിയുടെ മുന്നിൽ അടിയുടെ ഇടിയുടെ വെടിയുടെ മുന്നിൽ അടിയുടെ ഇടിയുടെ വെടിയുടെ മുന്നിൽ വിരിമാർ കാട്ടി മരിച്ചവരെ വിരിമാർ കാട്ടി മരിച്ചവരെ വിരിമാർ കാട്ടി മരിച്ചവരെ വിരിമാർ കാട്ടി മരിച്ചവരെ നിങ്ങളനശ്വര ധീരന്മാർ നിങ്ങളനശ്വര ധീരന്മാർ നിങ്ങളനശ്വര ധീരന്മാർ നിങ്ങളനശ്വര ധീരന്മാർ നിങ്ങൾക്കായിരം അഭിവാദ്യങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങൾക്കായിരം അഭിവാദ്യങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങൾക്കായിരം അഭിവാദ്യങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങൾക്കായിരം അഭിവാദ്യങ്ങൾ ഇൻക്ലാബ് സിന്ദാബാദ് ഇൻക്ലാബ് സിന്ദാബാദ് Audit and Accounts Association 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 സിന്ദാബാദ് All India Conference സിന്ദാബാദ് All India Conference സിന്ദാബാദ് ഇൻക്ലാബ് 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 സിന്ദാബാദ് ഇൻക്ലാബ് 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 സിന്ദാബാദ്
Comrades, we are going to start our program. Before the inaugural session starts, a video narrating the struggles undertaken by this organization for the last 50 years will be exhibited. After that, inaugural ceremony will be started.
ഇത് ചരിത്രമാണ്. നാം ചവിട്ടി നടന്ന കനൽ വഴികളുടെ നേർചിത്രം. നീണ്ട ഒരു കാലഘട്ടത്തെ അതിസാഹസികമായി പുനർനിർമ്മിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യ പോരാട്ടങ്ങളുടെ ചരിത്രവും വർത്തമാനവുമായി മാറിയ ഒരു മഹാപ്രസ്ഥാനത്തിന്റെ നാൾവഴികൾ. പ്രതിസന്ധികളിൽ തളരാതെ, പ്രലോഭനങ്ങൾക്ക് വഴങ്ങാതെ ഈ പ്രസ്ഥാനത്തെ മുന്നോട്ട് നയിച്ച മഹാരഥന്മാരായ നമ്മുടെ മൺമറഞ്ഞ നേതാക്കൾക്ക് ശ്രദ്ധാഞ്ജലി അർപ്പിക്കുന്നു. സഖാവ് എസ്.കെ. വ്യാസ്, CSV വാര്യർ, NB ത്രിവിക്രമൻ പിള്ള, M. സുകുമാരൻ, AN ഗോവിന്ദൻ നമ്പ്യാർ, ഗിരീശൻ നായർ, ജോണി ജോസഫ്, വൈ പാപ്പൻ, MS രാജ, KN വിജയകുമാർ. ബ്രിട്ടീഷ് കൊളോണിയൽ ഭരണകാലത്ത് 1911 ക്ലർക്സ് യൂണിയനായി തുടങ്ങി 1923 ഫൈനാൻസ് ആൻഡ് അക്കൗണ്ട്സ് അസോസിയേഷൻ എന്ന പേരിൽ അവകാശ പോരാട്ടങ്ങൾ ആരംഭിച്ച സംഘടന പിന്നീട് NGO അസോസിയേഷനായി. 1952 ജീവനക്കാരുടെ സേവന വേതന വ്യവസ്ഥകളും കലാ കായിക താൽപര്യങ്ങളുടെ ഉന്നമനവും ലക്ഷ്യമാക്കിയ ബൈലോ കേന്ദ്ര ഗവൺമെന്റ് അംഗീകരിച്ചു. സംഘബലത്തിന്റെ കുതിപ്പും കിതപ്പും ഉൾച്ചേർന്ന മുന്നോട്ടുള്ള പ്രയാണമായിരുന്നു അത്. തുച്ഛവേതനത്തിൽ അടിമ സമാനമായി ജോലി ചെയ്യുന്ന ജീവനക്കാർക്ക് ശമ്പള കമ്മീഷൻ ആവശ്യപ്പെട്ട് 1957 പ്രഖ്യാപിച്ച പണിമുടക്കം. തിരുവനന്തപുരം നഗരവീഥികളെ പ്രകമ്പനം കൊള്ളിച്ച് ഗവൺമെന്റ് ജീവനക്കാരുടെ ആദ്യത്തെ പ്രകടനം നടത്തി ചരിത്രമായ സംഘടന NGO അസോസിയേഷൻ. ശമ്പള കമ്മീഷൻ പ്രഖ്യാപിക്കപ്പെട്ടു. ആവശ്യാധിഷ്ഠിത മിനിമം വേതനം എന്ന നിർദ്ദേശം പാലിക്കപ്പെട്ടില്ല. 1960 ജൂലൈ 12 അനിശ്ചിതകാല പണിമുടക്കം. കേരള ഓഫീസിൽ 33 പേർക്ക് സസ്പെൻഷൻ. സംഘടനാ പ്രസിഡന്റ് MK വാസുദേവൻ നായർക്ക് നിർബന്ധിത പെൻഷൻ. സംഘടനയുടെ അംഗീകാരം പിൻവലിക്കപ്പെട്ടു. ഇന്ത്യൻ പാർലമെന്റിൽ നമ്മൾ ഉയർത്തിയ മുദ്രാവാക്യങ്ങൾ പ്രതിഫലിക്കപ്പെട്ടു. AKG, SM ബാനർജി, AB വാജ്പേയി, വിട്ടൽ റാവു, ത്രിദീപ് കുമാർ ചൗധരി തുടങ്ങി മുഴുവൻ അംഗങ്ങളും ഒരവകാശ സമരത്തെ ചോരയിൽ മുക്കി അടിച്ചമർത്തിയ സർക്കാരിന്റെ നയങ്ങൾക്കെതിരെ ആഞ്ഞടിച്ചു.
It was under the leadership of Comrade E.X. Joseph that this transmission from a dormant organization to a fighting organization took place, and that thereafter it has not looked back any further.
അശ്വത്ഥത്തിൻ്റെ ചുവട്ടിൽ നിന്നുകൊണ്ട് SK വ്യാസും EX ജോസഫും കൂടി ഒരുമിച്ച് നിന്നുകൊണ്ട് EX ജോസഫ് അന്നത്തെ നെഹ്റു ഭരണകൂടത്തിനെ വെല്ലുവിളിച്ചത് എനിക്ക് രോമാഞ്ചജനകമായി. അതിന്നും എന്നിൽ എൻ്റെ സിരകളിലൂടെ ഒഴുകുന്ന ഏതോ ഒരു ഉജ്ജ്വല ഉഗ്രൻ വികാരത്തെയാണ് ഉണർത്തുന്നത് ഇന്നും ആ ഓർമ്മ.
അഖിലേന്ത്യാ സെക്രട്ടറി EX ജോസഫ്. അവകാശ സമര ചരിത്രത്തിൽ തങ്കലിപികളിൽ രേഖപ്പെടുത്തപ്പെട്ട സുപ്രീം കോടതി വിധി. സംഘടിക്കാനും കൂട്ടായി വിലപേശാനും ഭരണഘടനാപരമായി ജീവനക്കാർക്ക് അവകാശമുണ്ടെന്ന് അസന്നിഗ്ധമായി സുപ്രീം കോടതി വിധിച്ചു. പെരുമാറ്റച്ചട്ടങ്ങൾ മാറ്റിയെഴുതാൻ ഗവൺമെന്റിനോട് ആവശ്യപ്പെട്ടു. EX ജോസഫിന്റെ 1957 മുതൽ 67 വരെ 10 വർഷം നീണ്ട അഭിമാനത്തിനും മനുഷ്യാവകാശങ്ങൾക്കുമായുള്ള ഒഡീസി ഓഫ് അഡ്വഞ്ചറിന്റെ പരിസമാപ്തി.
In 1965, many joined the office, many youngsters, many comradely thinking youngsters joined the office. So the office was brightened. The workers wanted to have very strong association.
പക്ഷേ ഉന്നത നീതിപീഠത്തിന്റെ നിർദ്ദേശങ്ങൾ കാറ്റിൽ പറത്തി 1968 ഓഗസ്റ്റ് മുതൽ നീണ്ട അവകാശ ലംഘനങ്ങൾക്കെതിരെ സെപ്റ്റംബർ 19 പണിമുടക്കം. യസ്മ എന്ന കരിനിയമം പട്ടാളത്തെ ഉപയോഗിച്ച് സമരത്തെ ചോരയിൽ മുക്കിക്കൊല്ലാൻ ശ്രമം. പത്താൻകോട്ടിൽ, ബിക്കാനീറിൽ, ഖാസിപ്പൂരിൽ, ഷില്ലോങ്ങിൽ, ഇന്ദ്രപ്രസ്ഥത്തിൽ വെടിവയ്പ്പുകൾ, രക്തസാക്ഷിത്വങ്ങൾ. കേരളത്തിൽ EMS സർക്കാർ പട്ടാളത്തെ ഇറക്കാൻ സമ്മതിച്ചില്ല. പ്രതികാര നടപടികൾ. 27 പേർക്ക് പിരിച്ചുവിടൽ, 30 പേർക്ക് സസ്പെൻഷൻ. കുര്യാക്കോസ് ഏജിയുടെ വിളയാട്ടം. മനുഷ്യാവകാശ ലംഘനത്തിൽ സംസ്ഥാനത്തൊട്ടാകെ പ്രതിഷേധം, ഐക്യദാർഢ്യം. ഓഫീസിനു പുറത്ത് മനുഷ്യ മതിൽ. 1968 ഓഗസ്റ്റ് 21 നടന്ന ഖെരാവു. അഡീഷണൽ സെക്രട്ടറി ജനറൽ SK വ്യാസിന്റെ സാന്നിധ്യത്തിൽ രാത്രി 11 മണിവരെ നീണ്ട ചർച്ച. കുര്യാക്കോസിന്റെ ഒളിച്ചോട്ടത്തോടെ അവസാനിച്ച കിരാതവാഴ്ചയുടെ ഒരധ്യായം. പിരിച്ചുവിട്ടവരെ മുഴുവൻ സംഘടന സംരക്ഷിച്ചു നിർത്തി. 1970 വീണ്ടും അവകാശ ലംഘനം. കാത്തിരുന്ന പ്രമോഷനുകളിൽ സൂപ്പർ സെഷൻ. വർക്ക് സ്റ്റോപ്പേജ് സമരത്തിലൂടെ മുഴുവൻ ജീവനക്കാരുടെയും പ്രതിഷേധം. G. രാമദാസ്, CSV വാര്യർ തുടങ്ങിയ നേതൃനിരയും M. സുകുമാരൻ, ഗോവിന്ദൻ നമ്പ്യാർ, LR പോറ്റി തുടങ്ങിയ യുവനിരയുടെയും ധീരമായ നേതൃത്വം. സമരം പരിപൂർണ വിജയം. 1971 ഫെബ്രുവരി 27 PT തോമസ് അറസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യപ്പെടുന്നു.
When we ponder over the history spreading over 1 century, we cannot forget the trials and tribulations suffered by hundreds of employees in the organization.
ഇന്ദിരാഗാന്ധിയുടെ ഫാസിസ്റ്റ് ഭരണം, മനുഷ്യാവകാശ ലംഘനങ്ങളുടെ തുടർക്കഥ, സ്വതന്ത്രമായ സംഘടനാ പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങളുടെ നിഷേധം. തോമസിനായി ഹേബിയസ് കോർപ്പസ് ഹൈക്കോടതിയിൽ ഫയൽ ചെയ്ത് സംഘടന ഓഫീസിൽ ആരംഭിച്ച നോവർക്ക് സമരം നിർത്തിവയ്ക്കുന്നു. കുറഞ്ഞ കാലം കൊണ്ട് സംഘടനയുടെ നേതൃപദവിയിലേക്ക് ഉയർന്ന സഖാവ് NB ത്രിവിക്രമൻ പിള്ള എന്ന ശക്തിദുർഗം. ഒരു സംഘടനാ നേതാവിന്റെ കരുത്തും ആജ്ഞാശക്തിയും അധികാരികളിലുണ്ടാക്കിയ ഉൾക്കിടിലം. 1972 ഏപ്രിൽ 22 ചരിത്രത്തിലെ കറുത്ത ദിനം.
Secretary of the AG's office, NGO Association, Comrade NB Tirukramalla, dismissed from service, not by an ordinary official, but by the President of India.
രാജ്യത്ത് ആദ്യമായി ഭരണഘടനയുടെ 311(2C) വകുപ്പ് ഉപയോഗിച്ച് ഇന്ത്യൻ പ്രസിഡന്റ് NB ത്രിവിക്രമൻ പിള്ളയെ പിരിച്ചുവിടാൻ ഉത്തരവിറക്കുന്നു. ദേശവ്യാപകമായ പ്രതിഷേധം കൊടുമ്പിരിക്കൊണ്ടു. ഓഫീസിനു മുന്നിൽ പ്രതിഷേധ റാലികൾ. സഖാക്കൾ AKG, ജ്യോതി ബസു, PK വാസുദേവൻ നായർ, SM ബാനർജി തുടങ്ങി രാജ്യത്തെ പുരോഗമന രാഷ്ട്രീയ നേതാക്കളും ബഹുജനങ്ങളും അണിനിരന്ന പ്രതിഷേധത്തിന്റെ ദിനങ്ങൾ. KP ജോസഫ് എന്ന AGയുടെ കിരാത ഭരണം. 1973 ജനുവരി 4 പ്രതികാര നടപടികളുടെ തുടർച്ച. M. സുകുമാരൻ, KT തോമസ്, AN ഗോവിന്ദൻ നമ്പ്യാർ എന്നിവരെ പിരിച്ചുവിടുന്നു. പെൻ ഡൗൺ സമരം. KA ബാലൻ, ഗിരീശൻ നായർ, ജോണി ജോസഫ്, M. ഗംഗാധരക്കുറുപ്പ്, ജോർജ് വർഗീസ് കോട്ടപ്പുറത്ത് എന്നിവർക്ക് ടെർമിനേഷൻ.
മറ്റ് തൊഴിലാളി പ്രസ്ഥാനങ്ങളുമായി വലിയ ഒരു ആത്മബന്ധം പുലർത്തി എന്നുള്ളതാണ് അവിടുത്തെ സംഘടനാ പ്രവർത്തനത്തിൽ ഞാൻ കണ്ട മറ്റൊരു വൈശിഷ്ട്യം. ഇതെല്ലാം കൂടെ കൂടിച്ചേർന്നപ്പോൾ കേരളത്തിലെന്ന് മാത്രമല്ല ദേശീയ തലത്തിൽ തന്നെ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കപ്പെടുന്ന നല്ല കണ്ടൻ്റുള്ള, നല്ല ലക്ഷ്യബോധമുള്ള ഒരു സർവീസ് സംഘടനാ പ്രവർത്തനം എങ്ങനെ എന്നുള്ളതിൻ്റെ ഉദാത്ത മാതൃകയായിട്ടാണ് ഞാനത് കണ്ടത്. 4 കൊല്ലം മാത്രമേ ഈ സർവീസിൽ ഞാൻ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നുള്ളൂ. 69 സർവീസിൽ കയറി 73 പിരിച്ചുവിടപ്പെട്ടു. ആ ഉജ്ജ്വലമായ ആവേശകരമായ ആ പ്രക്ഷോഭണത്തിൻ്റെ മുൻപന്തിയിൽ നിൽക്കാൻ കിട്ടിയ ഒരവസരം അതിനെ നല്ല അഭിമാനബോധത്തോടെ കണ്ടുകൊണ്ട് എന്തോ നടപടിയെടുത്താലും ആ വഴിയിൽ നിന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾ മാറുന്ന പ്രശ്നമില്ല എന്നുള്ള ഐക്യത്തോടെയുള്ളൊരു പ്രഖ്യാപനവും അതിനനുസരിച്ചുള്ള പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങളുമാണ് അക്കാലത്ത് നടന്നത്.
ഫെബ്രുവരി 24-ന് അഖിലേന്ത്യാ സെക്രട്ടറി KA സുന്ദരവും അക്കൗണ്ടന്റ് ജനറൽ KP ജോസഫുമായി നീണ്ട ചർച്ച. പിരിച്ചുവിട്ടവരെ തിരിച്ചെടുക്കാൻ CAGയോട് ശുപാർശ ചെയ്യും. അധികാരികൾ എല്ലാം കാറ്റിൽ പറത്തി. വയലാർ രവിയുടെ ഇടപെടൽ വർഗവഞ്ചനയുടെ പുതിയ അധ്യായമായ പാദസേവകരുടെ സംഘടനയ്ക്ക് ബീജാവാപമേക്കി. 1974 മെയ് 10 മുതൽ 20 ദിവസം നീണ്ട പണിമുടക്കം. 3ാം ശമ്പള കമ്മീഷൻ റിപ്പോർട്ടിലെ അപാകതകൾ നീക്കണമെന്നാവശ്യപ്പെട്ട സമരത്തെ ചോരയിൽ മുക്കിക്കൊല്ലാൻ അധികാരികളുടെ ശ്രമം.
The entire employees of Trivandrum city asked a bureaucrat to behave properly. He refused, but the employees managed to make him come round the demands which they made. നമ്മൾ നടത്തിക്കൊണ്ടുവന്ന സമരങ്ങളെ അതൊരു ആത്മത്യാഗത്തിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമെന്ന് മാത്രമല്ല, ശമ്പളം കൂട്ടിക്കിട്ടാനുള്ള സമരത്തിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായി മാത്രമല്ല കണ്ടത്. സാമൂഹ്യ ചരിത്രത്തിൽ പോലും അത്ഭുതകരമായ മാറ്റങ്ങൾ വരുത്തത്തക്കവണ്ണം യോഗ്യമായ പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങളായിരുന്നു DIR ഉപയോഗിച്ചുള്ള അറസ്റ്റ് പോലും എന്ന് പിൽക്കാലത്തും ബോധ്യപ്പെടുത്തിയതാണ്. ഇതൊക്കെയാണ് എൻ്റെ അനുഭവങ്ങളായി എനിക്ക് പറയുവാനുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾ.
ലാത്തിചാർജും വെടിവെപ്പും, 19 ദിവസത്തെ ജയിൽവാസം, അടിയന്തരാവസ്ഥയുടെ കറുത്ത ദിനങ്ങൾ, ഫാസിസത്തിന്റെ വിളയാട്ട്, അറസ്റ്റുകൾ, കരുതൽ തടങ്കൽ. 1993 മെയ് 31-ലെ ശമ്പള ബഹിഷ്കരണം, 5 സഖാക്കൾക്ക് ടെർമിനേഷൻ നോട്ടീസ്, സസ്പെൻഷൻ, മെമ്മോ, പ്രതികാര നടപടികളെ തോൽപ്പിച്ച സഖാവ് Y പാപ്പന്റെ നേതൃനിയോഗങ്ങൾ. 1993 ഒക്ടോബർ അഖിലേന്ത്യാ കോൺഫറൻസ് തൃശൂരിൽ. സെൻട്രൽ സെക്രട്ടേറിയറ്റ് പാരിറ്റിക്കായി പണിമുടക്കത്തിന് തീരുമാനം. സഖാവ് T നാരായണൻ അഡീഷണൽ സെക്രട്ടറി ജനറൽ. കടുത്ത സ്റ്റാഗ്നേഷനിൽ പൊറുതിമുട്ടിയ ജീവനക്കാരുടെ ഒറ്റക്കെട്ടായ പ്രതിഷേധം. 1997 ഏപ്രിലിൽ തുടങ്ങി മെയ് പകുതി വരെ നീണ്ട നിരാഹാര സമരം. മുഴുവൻ ജീവനക്കാരും സംഘടനാ ഭേദമന്യേ ഒറ്റ കൊടിക്കീഴിൽ. തടഞ്ഞുവച്ച തസ്തികകൾ പുനരുജ്ജീവിപ്പിച്ച് പ്രമോഷനുകൾ നടത്താനും ടെമ്പററി ജീവനക്കാരെ വ്യവസ്ഥകളിലൂടെ സ്ഥിരപ്പെടുത്താനും അധികാരികൾ നിർബന്ധിതരാവുന്നു. ചരിത്രത്തിന്റെ പുനരാവർത്തനം. കൊളോണിയൽ കാലഘട്ടത്തിലെ അടിമ ഉടമ ബന്ധങ്ങൾ തിരികെ കൊണ്ടുവരാൻ ശ്രമിച്ച അധികാരത്തിന്റെ പുനരവതാരം. 1 റാങ്ക് 1 പെൻഷൻ ജോലി സമയബന്ധിതമായി ജീവനക്കാർക്ക് തന്നെ ചെയ്തു തീർക്കാൻ കഴിയുമെന്ന് അഭിപ്രായം പറഞ്ഞ സഖാവ് SV സന്തോഷ് കുമാറിനെ ട്രെയിനിംഗ് ക്ലാസ്സിൽ സസ്പെൻഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ ഉത്തരവിട്ട അക്കൗണ്ടന്റ് ജനറലിന്റെ അധികാര പ്രമത്തത. പുറം കരാർ നീക്കം ഒഴിവാക്കണമെന്നാവശ്യപ്പെട്ട് പ്രതിഷേധത്തിന്റെ തീജ്വാല. KN വിജയകുമാർ എന്ന പുതിയ ജനറൽ സെക്രട്ടറിയുടെ അരങ്ങേറ്റം. പ്രതിഷേധങ്ങളുടെ വേലിയേറ്റം. ഓഫീസിലെ ജീവനക്കാർ ഒന്നടങ്കം അണിനിരന്ന സമരത്തെ ഒറ്റുകൊടുക്കാൻ കച്ചകെട്ടിയ പാദസേവകർ. സഖാവ് മാനുവലിനെതിരെ കുറ്റപത്രം, അന്വേഷണം, കള്ളക്കേസ്. സഖാക്കൾ KA മാനുവലിന്റെയും S അനിലിന്റെയും പിരിച്ചുവിടൽ. 110ഓളം പേർക്ക് 3 മുതൽ 9 വർഷം വരെ ഇൻക്രിമെന്റ് നിഷേധിക്കൽ, പ്രമോഷൻ തടയൽ, 600ഓളം കുറ്റാരോപണ മെമ്മോകൾ. ഒടുവിൽ CAG തന്നെ ഇടപെട്ട് പുറം കരാർ നീക്കം ഉപേക്ഷിക്കുന്നു. ഇന്നും തുടരുന്ന ശിക്ഷാ നടപടികളുടെ ബാക്കി പത്രങ്ങൾ. പ്രതികാര നടപടികളുടെ പ്രളയകാലം കടക്കാൻ കേരളത്തിലെ പുരോഗമന പ്രസ്ഥാനങ്ങളുടെയും ബഹുജന സംഘടനകളുടെയും കലവറയില്ലാത്ത പിന്തുണയും ഐക്യദാർഢ്യവും കരുത്തേകി. സമാനതകളില്ലാത്ത പ്രതികാര നടപടികളിൽ വീണുപോയവരെയും മുറിവേറ്റവരെയും സംരക്ഷിച്ചു നിർത്തുന്നതിൽ നമ്മുടെ സംഘടനയുടെ പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ എന്നും മാതൃകാപരമായിരുന്നു. 100 കണക്കിന് കേസുകളിലാണ് നീതി നിഷേധത്തിനെതിരായ വിധികൾ സെൻട്രൽ അഡ്മിനിസ്ട്രേറ്റീവ് ട്രിബ്യൂണലും ഹൈക്കോടതിയും സുപ്രീം കോടതിയും പുറപ്പെടുവിച്ചത്. അപ്പീലുമായി മേൽക്കോടതിയിലേക്ക് പോകാനാണ് അധികാരികൾ ശ്രമിച്ചത്. കോടതികൾക്കും നിയമങ്ങൾക്കും വഴങ്ങാത്ത ഓഡിറ്റ് ബ്യൂറോക്രസി. ഒരു വ്യാഴവട്ടക്കാലം നീണ്ട നിയമയുദ്ധങ്ങൾക്കൊടുവിൽ പിരിച്ചുവിടപ്പെട്ട അനിലിന് മുഴുവൻ പെൻഷൻ ആനുകൂല്യങ്ങളും നൽകാൻ അധികാരികൾ നിർബന്ധിതരായി. 2023 ജനുവരി 16 രാജ്യത്തെ ഉന്നത നീതിപീഠം ഉറക്കെ പ്രഖ്യാപിച്ചു, ഈ സമരത്തിൽ നാം ഉയർത്തിയ മുദ്രാവാക്യങ്ങൾ ശരിയായിരുന്നു. കെട്ടിച്ചമച്ച കള്ളക്കേസുകളിലൂടെ മാനുവൽ എന്ന ജീവനക്കാരനെ പുറത്താക്കിയ നടപടി തെറ്റായിരുന്നു. മുഴുവൻ സർവീസ് ആനുകൂല്യങ്ങളും നൽകി ജോലിയിൽ പ്രവേശിപ്പിക്കണമെന്ന് വർഷങ്ങൾക്കു മുമ്പ് ഹൈക്കോടതി നിർദ്ദേശിച്ച കാര്യങ്ങൾ അതേപടി നടപ്പാക്കണമെന്ന്. അമിതാധികാര പ്രവണതയ്ക്കും ധാർഷ്ട്യത്തിനും ഓഡിറ്റ് ബ്യൂറോക്രസിയുടെ മുഖത്തേറ്റ കനത്ത അടിയായിരുന്നു സുപ്രീം കോടതി വിധി. ഈ ധർമ്മസമരത്തിൽ അണിചേർന്ന മുഴുവൻ ജീവനക്കാർക്കും അവർക്ക് കൈത്താങ്ങായി തോളോട് തോൾ പ്രവർത്തിച്ച രാജ്യത്തെ പുരോഗമന പ്രസ്ഥാനങ്ങൾക്കും അതിൻ്റെ നേതാക്കൾക്കും ബഹുജനങ്ങൾക്കും ഹൃദയാഭിവാദ്യങ്ങൾ. കാലങ്ങളുടെ കഠിന പരീക്ഷണങ്ങളെ അതിജീവിച്ച് ഈ മഹാപ്രസ്ഥാനം അതിൻ്റെ പ്രയാണം തുടർന്നുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കും. കടന്നുപോയ പോരാളികൾക്ക് ഒരു പിടി പൂക്കൾ മതിയാവും. നിലനിൽക്കുന്ന രക്തസാക്ഷികൾക്ക് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് നൽകണം? വീണുപോയ വിജേതാക്കൾക്ക് ഒരു വിലാപഗീതം മതിയാവും. കനൽ കായ്ക്കുന്ന കൊടിമരങ്ങൾക്ക് കത്തി നിൽക്കാൻ നമ്മൾ എന്ത് നൽകണം? ചോരയിൽ അവസാനിച്ച ധീരന്മാർക്ക് സ്മാരകങ്ങൾ മതിയാവും. കൊലയറകൾ ചെറുത്തു നിൽക്കുന്ന ഹൃദയങ്ങൾക്ക് മിടിച്ചുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കാൻ നമ്മൾ എന്ത് നൽകണം? ജീവിതത്തിന്റെ വസന്തം ഈ സംഘടനയ്ക്കായി സമർപ്പിച്ച പ്രിയ സഖാക്കൾക്ക് മുൻപിൽ ഒരു പിടി ചുവന്ന പൂക്കൾ.
നിറയെ ചുവന്ന പൂക്കൾ, പാതയിൽ സമരങ്ങൾ തൻ മുദ്രകൾ.
Now we have the welcome song by Aegis Office Staff Recreation Club.
Good morning, everyone. Respected Speaker Sir, and respected guests, and respected delegates who all came from other states. And actually, before we singing this song, our colleague, our Madam Bindu Madam has written these lyrics. Actually, we could come to know 2 days back only that she is immensely talented with this type of activities. So please give her a big round of applause. She is working as supervisor in Audit 2 department. Okay, now we are starting. Okay, thank you all.
വരുവിൻ വരുവിൻ സഖാക്കളെ, വരുവിൻ വരുവിൻ സഖാക്കളെ, നിറപുഞ്ചിരിയോടെ നിറപുഞ്ചിരിയോടെ, വരുവിൻ വരുവിൻ സഖാക്കളെ, നിറപുഞ്ചിരിയോടെ സ്വാഗതമരുളുന്നു, ഞങ്ങൾ സ്വാഗതമരുളുന്നു. അനന്തപുരിതൻ മണ്ണിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതമരുളുന്നു, അനന്തപുരിതൻ മണ്ണിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതമരുളുന്നു, ഞങ്ങൾ സ്വാഗതമരുളുന്നു. വരുവിൻ വരുവിൻ സഖാക്കളെ, നിറപുഞ്ചിരിയോടെ. പൂർവകാല വിപ്ലവത്തിൻ കരുത്തിനെ നമിച്ചിടാം ഒരുമയോടുകൂടി ഒരേ ശബ്ദമോടെ. പൂർവകാല വിപ്ലവത്തിൻ കരുത്തിനെ നമിച്ചിടാം ഒരുമയോടുകൂടി ഒരേ ശബ്ദമോടെ. വിളിച്ചിടാം നമുക്കിന്ന് രക്തപതാക കീഴിൽ, നമ്മുടെ ഹൃദയ പതാക കീഴിൽ. ലാൽ സലാം സഖാക്കളെ, ലാൽ സലാം സഖാക്കളെ, ലാൽ സലാം സഖാക്കളെ, ലാൽ സലാം സഖാക്കളെ. ചെങ്കൊടി ഉയരട്ടെ, മനസ്സിൽ വർണ്ണക്കൊടി ഉയരട്ടെ, ചെങ്കൊടി ഉയരട്ടെ, മനസ്സിൽ വർണ്ണക്കൊടി ഉയരട്ടെ. ഇൻകുലാബ് സിന്ദാബാദ്, ഇൻകുലാബ് സിന്ദാബാദ്, ഇൻകുലാബ് സിന്ദാബാദ്, ഇൻകുലാബ് സിന്ദാബാദ്. പൊട്ടിച്ചെറിയുക കാൽച്ചങ്ങലകൾ, വലിച്ചെറിയുക അടിമത്തങ്ങൾ. പൊട്ടിച്ചെറിയുക കാൽച്ചങ്ങലകൾ, വലിച്ചെറിയുക അടിമത്തങ്ങൾ. രക്തപതാക നമ്മൾ, അഭിമാനത്തിൻ രക്തപതാക നമ്മൾ, രക്തപതാക നമ്മൾ, അഭിമാനത്തിൻ രക്തപതാക നമ്മൾ. ഉണരുവിൻ സഖാക്കളെ, ഉണരുവിൻ സഖാക്കളെ, ഉണരുവിൻ സഖാക്കളെ, ഉണരുവിൻ സഖാക്കളെ. നീലവാനിൽ ഉയർന്നിടട്ടെ ചെങ്കൊടിതൻ വിപ്ലവം, നീലവാനിൽ ഉയർന്നിടട്ടെ ചെങ്കൊടിതൻ വിപ്ലവം, നീലവാനിൽ ഉയർന്നിടട്ടെ ചെങ്കൊടിതൻ വിപ്ലവം, ചെങ്കൊടിതൻ വിപ്ലവം, ചെങ്കൊടിതൻ വിപ്ലവം, ചെങ്കൊടിതൻ വിപ്ലവം.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, dear comrades. We have gathered here for the 49th All India Conference of the All India Audit and Accounts Association. Kerala unit is glad to host this year's conference at God's own country. To welcome the gathering, I humbly invite G.R. Pramod, Reception Committee member and President of Confederation of Central Government Employees, Trivandrum District Committee.
A very good morning to one and all. Respected President Sri Kumar, Honorable Speaker in Shamsir, dear comrades and friends, on behalf of Reception Committee, I was entrusted with the responsibility of welcome address. In fact, it was supposed to be done by Worshipful Mayor Arya Rajendran, Comrade Arya Rajendran. Unfortunately, due to pressing schedules, she couldn't attend this function. So I am taking this opportunity in this forum. I have immense pleasure to welcome the guests from the length and breadth of India present here for the 49th All India Audits and Accounts Conference. Thiruvananthapuram, the capital of Kerala, the God's own country, is unique in rich and tradition. Presence of numerous beautiful tourist spots, weather, geographical position, political importance, being the state capital, cultural legacy, transport facilities, etc. have made the city place of attraction to domestic and international travelers. Thiruvananthapuram, the capital of erstwhile princely state of Travancore, was renowned for embracing various social, scientific and cultural reforms with a progressive mindset. Establishment of first allopathic dispensary named Palace Dispensary in 1837, first civil hospital in 1835, English school, public health laboratory, observatory, water supply and sanitation scheme, powerhouse for generating electricity, etc., railway station, state transport airport built in 1932, Temple Entry Proclamation in 1936, which was termed as social revolution by Gandhiji. First engineering college in 1939, etc. are only few examples to mention about. After independence, the city became the capital of Travancore, Cochin state in 1947, and after the integration of states in 1956, the capital of Kerala, being the state capital, the city witnessed the function and growth of unions and association of government employees and trade unions for workers. This generation inhabited and here adopted progressive thinking and comradeship in their blood. The Service Association of State Government Employees and Teachers, Central Government Employees and Workers, Bank Employees, employees and workers of public sector undertaking are very active in various activities prevailing here. The Audit and Accounts Association is prominent among them. Dear comrades, I am very happy to welcome the President, Comrade Sri Umar, who is going to preside over this function. I take this opportunity to warmly welcome our President of this function. It is my honor and privilege to welcome Honorable Speaker of Kerala Legislative Assembly, Advocate A.N. Shamsir, who has joined us to inaugurate this conference. I formally welcome him to this function. Sri P.K. Muralidharan, Convener, National Federation of Postal Employees in Kerala, here attending the function to felicitate the gathering. I also welcome Comrade P.K. Muralidharan to this function. Sri Jagmohan Thakur, Secretary General, All India Audits and Accounts Pensioners Association is here. I formally welcome him to this function. It is my privilege to welcome Comrade M.A. Ajit Kumar, General Secretary, Federation of State Employees and Teachers Association, who is going to felicitate this function. I formally welcome him to this function. Sri O.S. Sudhakaran, General Secretary, All India Audit and Accounts Officers Association, he is also presiding over this function. I formally welcome him to this function. Sri Taban Bose, Secretary General, All India Audit and Accounts Association, is also presiding in this function. I formally welcome him to this function. There are so many stalwarts who are attending this function over here. Comrade Manuel, without any introduction, I formally welcome Manuel to this function. Sri Suresh Vellimangalam, the Assistant Editor, Deshavamani, who is receiving the book written by Comrade Narayan. I formally welcome him to this function. Comrade Narayan, who is also attending this function, with privilege, I welcome him to this function. Comrade Rajesh, Convener, Audit and Accounts Association, Trivandrum, he is also attending this function. I formally welcome him to this function. Respectful delegates who have come across all over India, a cross-section of India is being assembled over here. I take this opportunity to welcome one and all to this function. And the pensioners who are attending this function and leaders of various service associations, State Government Service Association, Confederation of Central Government Employees and Workers who are also participating in this function. I take this opportunity to welcome one and all. If I missed anyone, kindly condone us. And I hope that this function, this All India Conference will have a deliberations, fruitful deliberations, and come up with a amicable solution to go ahead, how to move ahead forward, how to move forward formally. And on behalf of reception committee, if any shortcomings happened on the part of accommodation and food committee, kindly condone us. We will try to make the things far better in coming days. So, thank you very much. Thank you for giving the opportunity to attend this function.
Thank you, dear comrade. For the presidential address, I respectfully invite Sri V. Sri Umar, President, All India Audit and Accounts Association.
Dear comrades, as per our agenda, the next item is the presidential address, but our honorable speaker, a hectic schedule, is with us for a long time, so I am deferring my presidential address to later time in the delegate session. we are meeting at the 49th conference here. 52 years back, we met in the same city in 1971 in our 34th conference. Immediately after that conference, the then General Secretary of NGO Association, Comrade N.B. Thiruvikramanpillai, was summarily dismissed under Article 311(2)(c) of the Constitution, along with the Comrade P.T. Thomas, who is very well present here among us. And after a long time, 52 years, when we are meeting here at the time of our 100th year of formation, on the eve of the conference, the Supreme Court of India has categorically stated that it has quashed the dismissal of Comrade Manuel. Comrade Manuel was dismissed on false charges during the agitation against one rank, one pension in 2006. You know that the Central Administrative Tribunal directed administration to take him back, and the High Court endorsed that verdict. And after 14 years, the Supreme Court, on the eve of the conference, has directed the authorities to take back. Comrade Manuel is very well present. With these few words, I conclude my speech. And okay, with these few words, I conclude my speech.
Thank you, sir. For the inaugural address, it's my honor to welcome Honorable Speaker Shri Advocate A.N. Shamsi sir for it.
Dear President, dignitaries sitting on and off the dais, and my dear comrades and friends, it is a privilege for me to inaugurate the All India Conference of Audit and Accounts Association. You are coming here, you had came here for many times, but after becoming the speaker, I am inaugurating an union conference for the first time. Somebody has known me very well because I am the part of Student Youth Federation for the last 2 decades. Then I have been shifted to TU, but unfortunately, now I am holding a constitutional post, so I can't go for any conferences. But I am coming for the first time for a conference here. You might know the All India Audit and Accounts Association had conducted various struggles here. The delegate sitting here has faced a lot of challenges. Some of your comrades has lost job. Some of has been put in under suspension. So various struggles conducted by you. You had faced a lot of challenges. And also some of the senior leaders who had built this organization is sitting in this dais. So they can share their views, how they build up this organization. And you had played a AV here for 10 minutes. That has been briefly explaining how this movement has grown up in entire India. But unfortunately, now the ruling regime has not allowing anybody to conduct struggles. The ruling regime, you know, the BJP is ruling India. The political situation in India is danger. And also democracy is under threat. The left has forecasted the issue while the LPG is implementing in India in the 90s. It has been implemented by the BJP Congress government in 1990s. At that LPG, when they are implementing liberalization, privatization, globalization, we had clearly mentioned, the left has clearly mentioned that it will affect the Indian democracy. And it will affect the Indian society. One of your comrades is mentioning, now they are not appointing new persons to any civil service. Why they are not appointing new persons to the civil service? That is because the aim of the LPG is to downsize the government and slimmerize the administration. So that's why they are not entertaining anybody to enter in the government service. Not in the AAG, in every sector. The leaders from the NGO Association is sitting here, and various fraternal organizations sitting here. They will share their views, what's happening in the entire India. Many of the posts are vacant here. On the one side, the youth is unemployed. Unemployment is rising day by day. But they are not calling anybody to get job. They are not conducting proper examinations here. But with proud, we can say the Kerala PSC is appointing youths in various sectors. Nearly 3 or 4 lakhs people has got job in last 6 years in Kerala Public Service through Kerala Public Service Commission. But as far as India is concerned, people are not getting job. When we go through the railway sector, there are various posts are still vacant. For those who raised voice against this issue, they will be suspended. You know, the person who is sitting here is Mr. Manuel. You may know about him. We heard about his name while we were in Youth Front. He has been terminated. Why? He raised the voice against the autocratic stand of the government. Not only Manuel, you had shown some of the towering personalities of AAG who has built this organization through the audio video. So, those who is raising voice against the anti-people trade union laws has been suspended, has been terminated. That's what's happening in Indian democracy. One thing we can say, Indian democracy is under threat. What is the essence of democracy? The essence of democracy is to dissent. But what's happening in India? You can't show any dissent. If you make dissent, then you are putting in jail. What is the essence of democracy? There is 3D that you can mention. 3D. 1D means discussion. Another is debate. Another is dissent. Whether in India, whether 3D is applicable, if you make any of the D, then you should be, the dissenters are putting in jail. What is the situation in India? The situation is worsening day by day. While we go through the global hunger index, what is the position of India? It is 107. Under 122 countries, they had conducted a survey. The global hunger index, we stands in 107. And what about on the one side, billionaires increasing day by day? The last 2020, Davos, they had conducted a seminar. They had shown a figure that in 2020, there was 107 billionaires. But in 2022, the last picture shows that billionaires number is increasing. It has been increased to 122. So that was the situation here in India. And also, what is going on? Look, yesterday we celebrated our 74th Republic Day. We know our constitution is one of the largest written constitution in the world. But what's happening here? Can we say India, we are very proud that India is a secular state. We say we had a multilingual, multicultural. Yesterday, before Republic Day, our Honorable President has addressed the nation. He clearly mentioned that India is a multi-creed, multilingual, and also multi-religious society. Can we say like that? What's happening here? They are trying to make India as a one nation, one religion, one language, and also they are trying to make India they are trying to destroy the secularism in India. That's what's happening in India. When we go through the history of Indian Constitution, at the time of Constitution Committee Chairman, you may know B.R. Ambedkar, at the Constituent Assembly debate, the chairman of the Constituent Assembly, B.R. Ambedkar, make a point how to begin the Indian Constitution. Ambedkar moved that he clearly told that he put a clause that the Constitution can be started like we, the people of India. At that time in the Constituent Assembly, some of the members who were sitting there, they had put forward some amendments. In that amendment, H.V. Kamath has made a point. We had to start our Constitution by making in the name of God. There was a strong discussion happen in the Constituent Assembly, how to begin our Constitution. At last, you may heard about Pattum Thanupulla. He made a statement in the Constituent Assembly, being a staunch believer, but I am not agreeing with the amendment moved by H.V. Kamath. There were a lot of differences. At last, our Constitution has adopted by mentioning we the people of India. That's why how the Constitution is made in India. And also Constitution has given many rights to the people of India. How we are making law? We are making law. We are selected 543 members in the Lok Sabha, and also we had 200 plus members in Rajya Sabha. They are the lawmakers. But unfortunately, there is no debate. There is no discussion. Those who are opposing against the bill, against the Treasury bench, they had been suspended. That's what's happening in India. Nobody can raise any single word against the government. And also, democracy has been sabotaged by using majoritarianism. Look, can we say the ruling authority has got majority to rule India? How they are ruling India? They are ruling India by making people in the various compartments. By how the British has ruled India. British has ruled India by dividing. Likewise, the ruling regime has ruling India by dividing the people. Still, they had only majority of 40% of votes. The total votes they had got only below 40%. 60 people among the 100, 60 are still against the ruling regime. But unfortunately, they are dividing and they got single majority and they are now ruling India. And also, on the one side, democracy has been sabotaged. And on the other side, federalism is being questioned. The state has a lot of powers. But they are taking the powers of the state and they are trying to, we are very much anxious how long will the democracy will exist in India. Every Indian citizen had to really think about that. How long will this election process, how long will democracy will exist in India? That is a question that is to be discussed in session. That you are the victims of the agitations has made by you in the last few years. Some of them has lost their jobs. So India is going through a deep state. And also the person who is making differences has been put in jails. That's what's happening in India. But you are in the state, the God's own country, that is Kerala. With proud we can say, being a speaker of Kerala Legislative Assembly, I can say that we are the lawmakers of Kerala. We are giving enough time. The last assembly session we have conducted exclusively for lawmaking. We had already made 17 laws. For that, we had given more than 4 hours for a discussion. 4 hours. And also, the minister who is piloting the bill, first he is piloting the bill. After that, from the opposition and the treasury bench, they are participating in the debate. And after sending to the subject committee, it is again coming to the assembly. And by close, we are monitoring the bill. At last, to the majority, the bill is being passed. That is the way that Kerala Legislative Assembly is making law. Can we say this is the way it's adopting in India? How they are making farmers' law, whether it is discussed in the parliament? How they make you are the part of a trade union. They are now making amendments in the trade union. They are changing the trade union laws. Whether it is discussed in the Indian parliament? No. Nothing is discussing in the Indian parliament. They are making the law with the majoritarian views. So our democracy is under threat. You know what's happened. By the 2019, the BJP government has came to power again. They got absolute majority. By using that absolute majority, what they had done? By making a geo, they had transformed one Kashmir, 370, and also Rule 35, they have been abolished. And make one state into union territory without any discussion. There is no discussion for making Kashmir into union territory. Look, one state has been transformed into union territory without any discussion. Is it good for a prudent society to make such a laws? And what's happening here? They had a single majority. After 1984, after the murder of Indira Gandhi, the one single largest party, those who has got power, is BJP in 2014 and 2019. By using that majority, they are bulldozing the democracy. They are bulldozing the trade union laws. They are bulldozing the rights of Indian citizens. They are encroaching the whole area. Look, they are intervening in judiciary also. They are interfering in all areas. Those who is showing differences, that media has been purchased by corporates. What's happening here? Corporates has enough, they are giving enough funds to corporates by using the word revenue foregone. The corporates is taking loan from the banks, they are not repaying and they are absconding from here. And like a fugitive, where is Mehul Choksi? Where is Vijay Mallya? Why they are going behind these people? But we like the laymen, those who had made some default in the loan payment, those have been punished. But corporates can do anything here. That's what's happening in India. So it is very unfortunate situation in India. On the one side, they are sabotaging democracy. On the one side and another side, they are trying to threaten Muslims and other religions in India. India is a state which have 7 religions, 22 languages, thousands of dialects that has been used in India. And also India is a country where people taking various type of foods, wearing various type of dress. That is India. That was the peculiarity of India. That's why some of the historians called India as the wonder that we call as India. But unfortunately, the things in India is now in a worse scenario. Those who protest against the BJP regime has been put into jail. So this is very unfortunate, but we can't stop our struggles. We had to continue our struggles. But we are proud of, I am very much proud about these union workers because you are sacrificing a lot. I salute your bravery. I salute your sacrifice, those who are working for this movement. So before I conclude, once again I repeat, they will use their law, they will bulldoze you. They will try to bulldoze and they will try to take your rights from your side. But don't surrender before the central government. But we are with you. We are with you. We, the people of Kerala, is giving wholehearted support to you. That's why your All India conference is being conducted here. But in the entire Indian situation, we can say how long the trade union can work here. How long a service union can work here? That is a very big question that now we are facing. So I'm not continuing my speech because there is a lot of businesses you have to continue, and also I am a little bit busy because I am held up with other activities due to pressure from your leaders. That's why I'm coming here. Anyhow, you will discuss the situation that our country is facing. There will be a serious discussion, deliberations will be here in this conference. I hope we will overcome and we will protect our rights of the service and also trade union leaders, and also we will protect our constitution and our country. With these few words, I am telling that I am inaugurating your All India Conference.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have a happy and proud moment, the felicitation of Comrade Manuel. After years of legal battle, Comrade is returning to official service. For the felicitation, I respectfully invite Honorable Speaker Shri Shamsi sir to receive the felicitation. I am delighted to invite Comrade Manuel. Now we have a book release, Vidyabhyasam, Samskaram, Samuham, authored by Comrade T. Narayanan, former General Secretary, NGO Association, former President, All India Audit and Accounts Association. I respectfully invite Honorable Speaker A.N. Shamsi sir for the release. Shri Suresh Vellimangalam, Senior Reporter, Deshabhimani, is humbly invited to receive the copy from Honorable Speaker. Now we have the release of the cover of the souvenir published in connection with the 49th All India Conference. Respected Honorable Speaker Shri A.N. Shamsi sir will be releasing the cover. I invite Shri A.N. Shamsi sir for the release.
Comrade Ramesh K, Additional Secretary General of All India Association, translated a book from Tamil to English. You want to present it to Honorable Speaker. I invite Comrade Ramesh.
For speaking few words, I respectfully invite Comrade M.A. Ajit Kumar, General Secretary, FSCITO.
Respected Presidium, respected Speaker, and the leaders on the dais, and my dear comrades, on behalf of FSCTO Kerala, the Organization of State Government Employees and Teachers, we extend its warm greetings to all those who have come from different parts of the country to attend this conference. This conference comes on occasion of a proud moment of victory of the organization. Everyone is aware of the protest led by the employees against the move to outsource the activities of Trivandrum AG's office as part of the implementation of neoliberal policy and the actions that resulted in the dismissal of Comrade K. Emmanuel. At the end of the long-term struggle, the Supreme Court has given a verdict to reinstate Comrade Manuel in the service after accepting the arguments put forward by this organization. As an organization that adheres to collective revolutionary consciousness and progressive social outlook, the developments that lead to the dismissal of Comrade Manuel cannot be seen as the arbitrary action of a bureaucrat who takes an anti-democratic stance. In a larger sense, the actions of the AG at that time were the proof of how much the neoliberal policies implemented in our country have influenced the administration and the high-level officials. In 2006, Comrade S.C. Santosh was suspended due to the strike led by the organization against the decision to outsource the work done in the AG's office regarding the one rank, one pension scheme. But as a result of strong agitation, the authorities took Comrade Santosh back into service. Subsequently, Comrade Manuel was dismissed on the basis of a false complaint that he assaulted in a group employee of AG's office. Despite approaching the administrative tribunal against the arbitrary action and obtaining a favorable judgment, but with the help of the union government, the authorities tried to make the dismissal permanent by appealing higher courts. So the Supreme Court current decision to reinstate Comrade Manuel is exciting and hopeful for the organization that directly faced all such challenges. Civil service is one of the major sectors that had to bear the brunt of the onslaught of implementing neoliberal policies. As the government withdraws from development and welfare programs and entrusts everything to private capital forces, the importance of the civil service is lost. The attractiveness of the civil service is being destroyed by the abolition of security measures of employees, including pension. Even essential posts are open to contract and casual appointments only. Everyone knows the fact that you are the victims of such measures taken by the union government in various departments. In this matter, the central employees who are denied benefits and also have to take on excessive workloads. Following the same neoliberal policies, the various state governments also fueling the decline of the civil service. The 7th pay revision has to be implemented in West Bengal from 2016 and has not been sanctioned till date, while discussions on the 8th pay commission are going on the central service. The state, which has 35% shortfall in DA arrears and has issued notification for permanent appointments only twice since 2014. Appointments are almost entirely on contract and casual basis. Similar situation prevails in Tripura. Deficit of DA is 31%. Earned leave surrender and GPF loan have long been discontinued in Andhra Pradesh. The pay revision of and DA arrears are due and not allowed from 1st July 2018. In all the states such as Karnataka, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra and the northeastern state now employ more contract workers than permanent employees. Against neoliberal policies, there is a great deal of discontent in the civil service. The PFRDA Act passed by the Congress and BJP together in Parliament has completely eliminated the pension security of employees. There is a strong sentiment against this system of contributory pension in various states. Congress and various regional political parties have announced the withdrawal of contributory pension system to protect themselves from employees' protest. The fact is that as long as the PFRDA Act is in force, they cannot be implemented their work promises, but it helps only to create confusion among employees. It is in this situation that the meeting at the Talkatore Stadium in Delhi on the 8th December last became important. This national convention decided to nationwide campaign with 7 demands, including withdrawal of PFRDA Act, cancellation of NPS, filling of vacant positions in government and public sector undertaking, and protection of trade union rights, etc. The left democratic government in Kerala implementing the alternative policies that give strength and hope to the struggles against the market policies. This change visible in the state civil service as in all the sector. Despite having to face natural calamities and epidemics and severe neglect by the union government, the employees were granted the rightful benefits, including pay revision in accordance with the 5-year principle. More than 2 lakh permanent appointments were made in 6 years, the last 6 years, and more than 35,000 new posts were newly created. During the pandemic, even in developed countries, when people died due to the inadequacy of the healthcare system, Kerala was able to provide protection to the entire population as a result of the alternative policies implemented by the LDF government. Strong protests and agitations in all areas of the country against the anti-people worker policies. It is the responsibility of the central and state employees to be a part of such agitations. A joint movement must be able to make the mission meaningful. For what I wish the conference to be is an inspiration, and at the end I once again congratulate and greeting to everyone once again and concluding my speech. Thank you.
Thank you, comrade. Those who have not registered so far are requested to report at the registration counter at the earliest. I respectfully invite Shri P.K. Muralidharan, Convener, NFPE, Kerala Unit, for the felicitation speech.
Respected leaders on the dais and dear comrades, being a representative of Confederation of Central Government Employees and Workers and the National Federation of Postal Employees, I take this opportunity to extend revolutionary greetings to one and all attended in this conference. Actually, I'm sure that this conference will discuss all the major issues faced by central government employees common issues, and particularly audit and accounts employees. And we know that our central government employees movement is having a glorious tradition. In pre-independent India and after independence, we were continuously struggling for the benefits and the betterment of our service and also our employees. Now we are discussing about 8th CPC. And we know that our first CPC was in 1946. Thereafter, we enjoyed the benefits of the central government employees right from 1947. We enjoyed many benefits through the pay commissions. And we should remember that before independence and after independence, our main demand of the central government employees is need-based minimum wage. What will be the need-based minimum wage? How the minimum wage can be calculated? What will be the formula? And you remember that up to 1957, a series of struggles conducted under the banner of various organizations, including our organization. And 1957 is very significant as far as central government employees and the workers are concerned. That is the 15th ILC, Indian Labour Conference, 15th INC is very particular. Pandit Ji was the Prime Minister at that time. I am not elaborating everything, but only few points related to central government employees, common issues. Pandit Ji was Prime Minister at that time, and Gunsal Lal Nanda was Labour Minister at that time. Why I am saying this 15th ILC? Recently, one Labour conference held before 2 months. Without the participation of workers, without the participation of trade unions, government arbitrarily conducted the Labour conference and took some decisions. All the trade unions objected it. But what happened in 1957? Still in our slogans, we are remembering, we are always speaking about 1957 ILC, where a formula instituted. What will be the minimum, need-based minimum wage? For 3 persons in a family, father, mother and 2 children, 3 units will be there. I don't want to explain everything, but how much amount should be given to the employees, workers, to sustain the family, to live with a decent living, everything included. That later we know it as Dr. Ackroyd formula. How much amount required for food, how much amount required for cloth, how much amount required for housing, how much amount required for education, how much amount required for health, and everything included. Thereafter, always the government is saying that we already accepted the Ackroyd formula. Even in the 7th CPC, at the time of 7th CPC, we have submitted our memorandum. Central government employees and confederation submitted a detailed memorandum detailing all the demands and also the requirement of need-based minimum wage. We calculated it as 26,000 as a minimum wage, right from 1/1/2016. But what happened? Yes, government said, even after, at the time of implementation, the finance minister himself announced that in a meeting, open meeting, he announced that we already granted minimum wage. 18,000 is sufficient. As per required formula, we calculated it as 18,000. So, where was the mistake? Where is the mistake? Actually, the mistake happened in the inputs. Whether they considered, calculated the actual price in the market, no. Anyway, we got 18,000 as minimum wage. And many of our allowances snatched away. So they implemented 7th CPC. Earlier, you know that our central government confederation placed a demand before 6th CPC that pay revision and pension revision for every 5 years. For every 5 years. Now in Kerala, this conference is holding in Kerala. In many state government, now the central government is pressurizing the state governments to accept the central model for pay fixation. But in Kerala still, this pay revision once in 5 years already implemented, they are doing it. Last year also they implemented it. My point is that whether there will be a 8th CPC. Now we started to demand that appoint this 8th CPC. In the parliament, some of our MPs raised the question whether government is going to appoint 8th CPC. The reply was negative. There is no assurance for the appointment of a next CPC because after implementation of this pay level, pay matrix, etc., the direction is that there is no need for any further pay commission. This is a common problem to all people. And government is saying that we are giving DA. Once in 6 months you are getting DA, then what is the need of a pay commission? Every 6 months pay hike is there. Actually, what happened recently, you know, on December 8th, there was a huge convention in Calcutta Stadium in Delhi. All the central government and state government's employees joined together and announced one resolution also accepted and directed all the states and the units to conduct a campaign. So we are in a serious agitation path, you know that. There also we placed the demand that appointment of 8th CPC. But there is no assurance. Without any serious struggle, without any joint movements, 8th CPC will not be materialized. It is very important thing. And this NPS is another thing. In the joint platform also, we have decided to start a campaign and conduct serious struggles on NPS. I am not elaborating everything on NPS because you know everything. Actually, what happened? In 2003, the then NDA government has announced one ordinance, introduced one ordinance. Hereafter, that is from 1/1/2004, only new pension system will be there. At that time, they named it as new pension scheme. And thereafter, they tried their level best to introduce a PFRDA bill in the parliament. But due to various situations, including the political situation in India, especially during the period of first UPA, we should remember that at the time of first UPA, the government could move only with the support and help of left parties. The left parties were having some 61 MPs there, decisive factor. So the left parties in the common minimum program itself, they compelled that aggressive implementation of this disinvestment, privatization and PFRDA, they objected. What happened in parliament? Once the then finance minister Chidambaram presented the bill in 2011, am I correct? 2011, introduction of PFRDA bill. They but they couldn't pass it due to the stiff resistance in the parliament and also our resistance. But what happened in second UPA? In 2013, our respected Pranab Kumar Mukherjee, who was the finance minister at that time, amended PFRDA bill. They passed in the parliament with the support of majority of parliament members, including Congress, BJP, everyone. So politics is very important. National politics scenario is very important for us. Unfortunately, left were not having the decisive majority or decisive. Then the PFRDA bill passed. And the PFRDA bill, you can see that in the preamble itself, they announced that this is the national pension system. Earlier it was new pension scheme. Then now it is national pension system. And national pension system is applicable to all state government employees also. All should follow this. In short, national pension system is the one and only statutory pension system. Till that time we were demanding that restore statutory pension. Now statutory pension is national pension system. Now we changed our demand, our slogan, scrap NPS and restore national pension, old pension scheme. This is our main demand. And I am not giving the data. At present, more than 2 crore employees, state government and central government employees are enrolled in NPS. More than 2 crore. And state bank employees are more people there. Recently, some state governments took a decision, policy decision. We want to roll back to the old pension scheme. Many state governments announced. What happened? The central government clearly announced that now PFRDA is the law of the land. And the central government, or there is no provision in the PFRDA to give back the amount collected from the employee or contributed by the government contribution. Now 14% is the contribution. So what happened? The decision is there. State governments took some decision, but they cannot implement it. This is the scenario. So, and I am not talking about few youngsters are also here. The central government employees are divided. We are in a divided house. Up to 2004, old pension. After 2004, national pension system. So a divided house is there. In all services, including AG office, 2 types of employees are there. And the youngsters are complaining that we are facing the serious criticism from there, that our confederation and the central government movement is not so much serious about this NPS. Anyway, we conducted a series of programs including one-day strike, but this is the policy matter. The change in the pension system is the policy matter. It is a part of neoliberal policy, and it is a part of withdrawal of social security scheme. So we should unite together, fight against this NPS. It is one of the important demand placed by the state central government employees. And regarding the disinvestment, our honorable speaker also mentioned. Actually, what is happening in our other departments, we should listen what is happening in railway. I am not elaborating everything, but few examples I am giving. What is happening in railway? Railway is the major central government department. More employees are working there. Total recruitment ban already implemented in railway. Total recruitment ban in all cadres, even engine drivers. Recently they announced that there is no sufficient number of engine pilots to run the trains. That thing is happening there. And they are curtailing all the facilities given to the common man. Even the ticket concession to senior citizens, that is happening day by day. They are appointing many committees. And even C&AG has given a report regarding railway. Why you are giving all these facilities? Why you are giving all these subsidies? You curtail all subsidies. Then railway will be more profitable. That type of recommendations and observations are given by respected CAG also in all departments. It's a constitution. So, in railway there is no recruitment, total privatization, and also this privatization of productive units in railway, even platforms, rail maintaining, everything privatized, their health service, their education service. What happened in PNT department, the second department, we consider it as PNT as a second department. You know that when I joined in the Department of Post, I joined in the PNT department. Now where is PNT department? They divided the PNT department. They stated that telecom is very profitable. Postal is very, we cannot make any profit. How can you make profit in postal sector? So telecom is profitable. And at the time of dividing the PNT, and they divided telecom into three companies, that is BSNL, MTL. You know the history. MTL is still in the public sector, but what happened? MTL is facing a problem of a serious crisis is there. And BSNL, they already sold it to Tata. And the remaining BSNL, at the time of formation of BSNL, more than 10,000 crore rupees profit was there. Now government is seeing, recently before 3 months, you may remember that, our Honorable Minister of Telecommunication is also the Minister for Railways, Ashwini Vaishnavi. In a high-level meeting, including the CMD, Corporate Management, representative of BSNL also represented. He threatened the employees. What he said? Now you are only 63,000 employees here. Earlier 2.5 lakh employees. After 3 years after implementation of this so-called voluntary retirement scheme, now only 63,000 employees. So you remember that, you should remember that even though now you are in a company, this FR 56J is applicable to you people also. So the government can take a decision. Everybody can be sent out from the department. The minister himself cautioned. But the situation is that at the time of when 2G, no 2G allowed, then 3G they blocked, 4G blocked. Now they are ready to grant 4G to BSL. But what is the use of 4G now? Now it is the time of 5G. Now the BSNL and all the government departments and all the institutions, you have to depend Jio company for 5G. That is the situation. And the remaining postal department, I am working in the postal department. I don't like to elaborate everything, but they are going to privatize. They want to divide the postal department to 5 units. They appointed a committee and committee gave a report. They are saying that in postal department, in some area, financial area, there are more amount accumulated, especially in the savings bank area, you know. So many changes happened in the savings bank. More than 10 lakh crore rupees is the surplus fund with the National Savings Scheme in Postal Department. 10 lakh crore. It is profitable. And another area is postal life insurance where 4.5 lakh crore rupees is accumulated. And you know, in postal department, more than 40 crore accounts, 1/3 of the total population enrolled, enjoying the facility of postal savings. Now they want to make postal savings a separate company. You remember the days when they divided telecom, and then the insurance another company, then parcel business another company, and 5 profitable area they planned, they decided to make 5 companies, and finally what will they do? Sending these personal letters, letter cards, and also 25, you are affixing 25 paise or paying 25 paise for this newspaper registered items. That you take. And the government is going to withdraw the subsidies. So serious problems are in all sectors. All sectors we are facing the problem. They sold Air India. I am not mentioning everything. Air India, what happened in Air India? Once in the year of 1954, at the time of Panditji, we purchased Air India from Tata, but now returned to Tata. What the BJP and the ruling, they are saying, party saying, no, our Modi ji made a correction. Modi ji made a correction. what Jawaharlal made is very wrong. That wrong thing has been corrected by our present government by giving back the Air India. That is the line. Anyway, privatization is going everywhere. Corporatization is going everywhere in all departments. And this recruitment ban is in everywhere. And you know, in entire central government, as per the government document which they presented in the parliament, they said more than 8 lakh vacancies are there. 8 lakh. But actually, when we calculate, it is more than 10 lakh vacancies. No recruitment no creation of posts. Recently, our government has announced, no, we have decided to induct more people to the departments. And our staff selection commission is doing this recruitment even in your department also. Actually, what is happening? No actual vacancies reporting, only few percentage. Now in our department, in many central government departments, now they are processing the recruitment process of 2018 and 19. 4 years elapsed. This year, our government cabinet directed all the department, okay, you fill up the vacancies. How much vacancies? All these things, what they are doing. In our department, I can say one experience. In 2018, list came from SSC. When the list published, they directed all the divisional units and the states. You don't give appointment now. You don't give appointment now. We will announce the apt time when you give appointment order. What happened? Our Honorable Prime Minister in a huge function in Delhi arranged one giving job to youngsters. Even in sports quota recruitment also. Online programs are there. In the name of Prime Minister, we are giving this appointment. So they are showing that all the posts are now being filled up. But actually, there is no process for filling up of all the vacancies. These are all the things we are facing. And attack on trade union facilities, I am concluding. Attack on trade union, it is very, very important, which our speaker, the inaugural speech, he himself mentioned that. Do you think that it is not applicable to us? The government has introduced 4 labor codes, 3 already implemented. 3 labor codes, merging all the 44 labor laws, which we obtained many rights. Even the rights now we are engaging is also based on that laws. So they are directing the departments also. Recently, in last year, it is very important. Last year, in my department of Post has issued one order that they said, no, this cannot be allowed. Which I think the 1993 RSA rule is applicable to you people also, every central government employees. After introduction of 1993 RSA rule, it is applicable to all the central government employees. How to function union, how to conduct the election, everything is there. Anyway, it is the existing rule. Violating the 1993 rule, DOPT has issued some orders, some guidelines. On the basis of misquoting and misinterpreting of DOPT orders, Postal Department has issued one order last year. It is very important. Now the Chennai High Court has, we got a stay from Chennai High Court. Otherwise it would have been implemented. This is very interesting. What they said, if one person wants to be a member, what I can say, office bearer of a union, whether it is in a branch, division, state or all India, he should submit application to the concerned department authority. That authority will examine whether this official is eligible, fit to hold, to compete, whether he is fit to contest in the election. That is one point. So, being the circle secretary, I am holding the post of NFP and my AAP Group C. What should I do? I should submit an application to my Chief Postmaster General, Madam Sir, please permit me to accept the post in the union. Only with your permission I can conduct. What is the situation? You imagine it. And only after getting this permission, we can contest. Another thing, there is a lock-up period of 2 terms. 2 terms for every employee. And that 2 term is not in a single post. If one person held one post in a recreation club secretary or cooperative society secretary or president or any director board member, if he continued there for 2 terms, that person, that official is ineligible to attend the conference and also to be elected as a union officer. That is another clause. Now they want to penetrate into the constitutions of the unions. You know, you are constitutional, working in a constitutional institution. And we, all unions are having our own constitution duly approved by the department and all laws approved there. Now they are dictating that no, in our department, many departments they are doing, this is not allowed. Your constitution, in constitution, some provisions are to be changed as per our direction. Who will be the office bearer? How the conference will be conducted? How much delegates will be there? Everything they are dictating under the dictatorship. It is a threat to our democratic functioning also. It is a threat to our democratic functioning also. You should obtain pre-sanction from the authorities. And another thing, right to strike. I am very glad to appreciate and also red salute to Comrade Manuel. We already done it anyway. I think that orders will be implemented to manhandle the people who participated in the rallies and everything. At that time in Kerala, the state government took a decision. Yes, the law and order is the item of state government. We don't want to attack any employees, any leaders, any fighters, any strikers. At that time, Y.B. Chauhan was the Home Minister in the ministry. Home Minister himself directed, no, you should implement it. Otherwise, your government will be derailed. Your government will not be there. Then this is in the history. And immediately the cabinet meeting of the state held and the government took a decision. Under any circumstances, the threats are there. There is a debate between the constitutional provisions, whether central government can suspend the government. That discussion. Anyway, government announced that we are not going to handle them. You can take your actions, but state government will not take. Then they send central police and paramilitary persons to Kerala. Then the government announced that, okay, let them sit in the barrack. It's a very, very inspiring situation. And nearby there is a huge Maidani ground where 3 government ministers reached there and arranged a big public rally. This is in the history. And the public rally, they announced that this strike is for the right cause. They are demanding need-based minimum wage. And they extended the support. Finally, what happened? In all other states, that brutally attacked. But one thing happened. Thousands of employees suspended. You know that? It is in the history. Many of our comrades were dismissed, including in your department, mainly in AG and PNT, etc. In Kerala, our Confederation Leader and Coordination Committee General Secretary Comrade N.P. Padmanabhan, he has been dismissed from service. For 10 years, he waited outside, and there after the Janata Party government, only some political change happened. Why I am mentioning all these things? Our central government movement and our AG's employees, Audit and Accounts employees movements, PNT employees all are, we strengthened our organization. We obtained all these facilities and existing salary, DA, bonus, everything. Without any struggle. Without any struggle, no government will grant anything. So this is the time for making our betterment of our unity, unite together, struggle against privatization, fight against privatization, fight against NPSA, fight against this anti-labor policies. And ultimately, you know that all these policies are created by the government. So anti-people policies are also very important. In a massive movement, we can join together, you can fight it. And once again, I extend revolutionary greetings to all the leaders and all the delegates who attended, and especially on behalf of the Kerala land, God's own country, I extend revolutionary greetings. Thank you all, comrades.
Thank you, comrade. Now I invite Comrade Manuel to say a few words.
Comrades, I am proud and happy to be in front of you, not because that I have been reinstated in service, but because that the most despotic and ruthless bureaucracy, most despotic and ruthless bureaucrat in the country has to roll back their decision. That is why I am very happy, and not only it is not my victory, it is a victory of our association. I was with the association. I was only one of the victim, and it is very pleasing to all of us, not only for me and for the association and the supporting associations also. It is very good. It is not to say that this is for the first time the bureaucracy had to roll back their decision. Long back, I think in 1962, the bureaucracy, in the audit bureaucracy, had to reinstate our doyen of our association, Comrade E.X. Joseph. Then, at that time, the Supreme Court had clarified very clearly that the central government, not only the central government, but the government employees have the right to organize and have the right to demonstrate. That is absolute fundamental right of government employees. They have not to surrender the right. It was told by the court, but the audit bureaucracy was not to yield to that court order. In 2009, when the audit issue, the account, the victimization in the Accountant General Office was taken to the in front of the ILO by our comrade M.K. Pante, CATU. The ILO has clearly stated that the government employee has also the right to strike and to organize, and the government has to allow them this right. But still, nothing has happened. They are doing their own way. Because of our unity and because of the support we received from our mass and class organizations, and under the able leadership of left organization, we were able to succeed. I am not the only victim of this onslaught. There are more than 175 employees who had to undergo severe penalties ranging from reversion, increment bar, etc. I take this opportunity to greet all those valiant comrades. It is for the Kerala unit of the Audit and Accounts Association. It is to be a great proud that none of the comrades, the audit bureaucracy could not win over not a single of our member to their side. It is a very great proud. At the same time, it is shameful that there were embedded organizations who were subservient puppies in the lap of Mr. Ravi Indran.
and I am not going to say nothing more. As the central government is pursuing their policy of privatization very vigorously, it is we have no option but to go for our organizational activities and the organizational activities in coordinated effect of mass and class organization, and with also all the progressive organizations. And I think though we are small in number, the Audit and Accounts Association will strive to achieve the unity of the workforce. Once again, I salute all. Lal Salam.
Thank you, comrade. Now I invite Jek Mohan Thakur, General Secretary, Audit and Accounts Pensioners Association. Please.
Comrades sitting on the dais from the different organizations, and dear comrade who are part of this conference. On behalf of All India Audit and Accounts Pensioners Association, which was formed at Guwahati in 2018 in its first conference, it was a prime task of the association to garner the supports of the employees, those who have retired from the services and join the All India Audit and Accounts Pensioners Association. Till date, main purpose of this organization is to strengthen the All India movement. We are able to muster round about 2,000 members, those who are retired from the IND department. And coming year, we are going to conduct second conference. With the sole purpose, we have to unite every pensioners all over India. We are part of National Coordination Committee of Pensioner Association, who had a dynamic leader like K.K.N. Kutty, whom we have lost recent part. And lately, new secretary has taken place in our virtual meeting, Raghavendran from Tamil Nadu. He is a versatile leader. There are losses in NCCPA. People like Krishnan from Postal Department, K.K.N. Kutty from Income Tax Department. We are hoping M.S. Raja, who retired from the department, will join us. But it is very unfortunate. He is not amongst us. He would have been asset to our pensioner association. These are the things which are not in our control. The things which are under our control is to unite every pensioner as well as serving employee. Time ahead is very dangerous. People, movement as well as in our department, as well as in pensioner is not so good. We have to unite everybody. So prime task of pensioner association is to unite all pensioners. Tomorrow we are going to meet available NEME national executive, and we will decide further course of action. As far as the issues are concerned, there are so many tremendous issues which are hurting serving employee, such as vacancies in the department. Lot of shortages are there, but no recruitment is taking place. The second most important issue is new pension scheme, which is hurting every employee, those who have joined department after 2004. I am coming from the state Himachal Pradesh, where NPS movement was very good. To some extent, they were able to topple the previous government, BJP government in our state. Majority of the NPS employee, there was a movement. When there is a movement, they can do anything. And they were able to defeat BJP government, and new government was formed. With this assurance, we will abolish NPS and restore OPS. And that was done by the government in its first cabinet meeting. I'm of the view If struggle is there, things can be settled. For central government employees, lately a convention took place in Delhi, in which round about 600 delegates from center state employees were present. They have focused and decided in coming year, they will focus this issue at national level in a different platform. And we will be also part of that platform. And I hope my parent department, that is All India Audit and Accounts Association, will be in forefront to fight that issue. Reason being, it's a great injustice being done to the done to the people who are recruited after 2004. So, on behalf of Pensioner Association, I'll request those delegates who are part of this conference, they will take a conscious decision on this issue also. And lastly, I will say regarding Comrade Manuel, who has been reinstated from the Supreme Court. I still remember when we met in Chennai conference in 2007. I was also here for that. That time some movement was taking place here regarding on outsource. Part of that, and today I am very happy. Manuel is amongst us, and people of Kerala know it. For every movement, struggle is must. Unity is must. Unitedly we can fight. So on others issue, on their deliberation, it will be important part of their deliberation that we should unite, fight, and go ahead. With these few words, I take my place. Thank you, comrade. Inqilab Zindabad, Inqilab Zindabad.
Thank you, comrade. Now I invite Comrade O.S. Sudhakaran, General Secretary, Audit and Accounts Officers Association.
Respected President, Comrade V. Sri Kumar, Comrade Tabas, Comrade Jagmohan Thakur, and other dignitaries on the dais, my dear veteran comrades who are sitting off the dais, my dear delegates, observers, and dear comrades. We are holding this meeting at a historical location. Comrade V. Sri Kumar, in his presidential address, he has just mentioned, our association has completed 100 years of its formation. Long 100 years, a history of leading numerous glorious struggle to protect. Audit and Accounts Association said we managed to get a committee appointed in 2018. And we finalized our report and submitted to CAG's office. But that has not been implemented properly. No proper discussion has been taken. They are proposing some 370 posts or so. That too, keeping the scenario in pay level 10 itself. And their promotional post is 11, 12, and 13. How much they are going to create? 260 in pay level 11, some 72 in pay level 12, and some 32 posts in pay level 13. This is the proposal. That too has not been implemented yet. So we have to continue our fight to increase the number of posts they are going to be created. Because in the combined strength of scenario is around 6,000. That is 370 posts means is less than 6% or so. After 30 years, they are introducing a cadre restructuring without creating any additional posts. You see in other departments, they have created a number of posts at the time of restructuring. That has not been happened because restructuring committee itself is saying that there shall not be any additional expenditure and we are not going to propose any additional post. Very serious issue. I am concluding, comrade. Several confusions are on the promotional issue. Promotion to AO to senior AO. Who is responsible for the delay? Because senior AOs were classified as Group A in 16 May 2019. We had enough of time for preparing the panel year for 2020. Long 7 months were there to prepare the list as per the requirement of the UPSC. Because once it is classified as Group A, our department knew that they have to, that is the promotion shall be done on the basis of the concurrence, only on the basis of concurrence of UPSC. UPSC has a listed proposal for this concurrence. That is there. But there had been consistent delay. And our office started functioning on this proposal in the last leg of 2019 or in the first leg of 2020 only. Some of the officers like P&D audit could be finalized their lit according to their direction and cleared it. But many of them could not. In between what happened? There was a case which was going on in the Supreme Court. This promotion quota case which was going on. There was a direction from Supreme Court that no promotion shall be done until the finalization of the judgment. That is, the entire promotion was delayed, not only in INDAD but other departments. That is why for the first time in the history, the Central Secretariat staff held a lunch hour dharna in the North Block because their promotion had been delayed for more than 3 years. And finally, because of the consistent pressure from our side, and moreover, many of the field officers have not maintained proper data. There has been violation. They are not maintaining proper promotion details. I can cite one example. UP A&D office file was returned 10 times. 10 times the file was returned. You may be aware of how many times your files were returned. We have requested CAG's office to have a separate cell in CAG's office to coordinate with the field level officers to finalize the list and submit properly to UPSC. So there are so many issues which has hampered. And now a committee is there which is monitoring the list from the field officers. And now they have started, that is combined list of 2021 and 22. Now combined list started, is coming up. Kerala has already issued the promotion list. So several issues are there, and unnecessarily some of the comrades are attributing all these issues to the conferment of Group A. That is not true, that I want to explain. So comrades, I am concluding, we have to strengthen our audit institution. We have to regain the credibility of our department. In order to strengthen the audit and accounts, we have to get more auditable unit under our ambit. We are consistently fighting for getting more auditable unit and strengthening our department. But unfortunately, other than the first CAG, Narahari Rao, no other CAG has ever tried to expand the scope of audit or expand the strength of the Supreme Audit Institution. That is, with this word I conclude. Before that, please understand that it is the responsibility of all SAI to have the required manpower. It is there in the Indo-SAI guideline, but it is the responsibility of all SAI to have all the required manpower to discharge its constitutional responsibility. If we are unable to discharge our constitutional responsibility because of shortage of staff, it is the duty of the CNAG to take up this matter with the Government of India and explain the position. We are unable to discharge our duty because of shortage of staff, and accordingly, recruitment on war footing is very much required. So we have to discuss all these issues, and we have to have a common program of action in the coming days. With this word, I conclude. Thank you.
Thank you, comrade. Now I invite Tapas Bose, Secretary General, All India Audit and Accounts Association. Please, comrade.
Yes.
respected Comrade President Sri Kumar, and others, respected guests on the dais, and veteran leaders of the All India Audit and Accounts Association, sitting in the front row in the audience. On behalf of the All India Audit and Accounts Association, I am extending heartiest congratulations to the Kerala unit for hosting the 49th conference of the All India Audit and Accounts Association. And we all are aware that this is the 100 years of our association. So, on behalf of the All India Audit and Accounts Association, I am thankful to the inaugurator of the meeting, Honorable Speaker, Advocate A.N. Samsherji. I am also thankful to Comrade M.A. Ajit Kumar, General Secretary, Federation of the Secretary, State Government Employees and Teachers Organization. I am also thankful to Comrade P.K. Muralidharan, the State Convener of the Kerala COC. We are giving special thanks to Comrade Jagmohan Thakur, General Secretary of the All India Audit and Accounts Pensioners Association, Comrade O.S. Sudhakaran, General Secretary of the All India Audit and Accounts Officers Association. On behalf of All India Audit and Accounts, we are extending special thanks to Comrade K. Manuel. The Comrade, 100 years ago, we all are aware that our organization have started from Group D to up to the officers level. But after the new recognition rule imposed in all the central government offices except railways and defense, categorically our C&AG administration bifurcated our association into different cadre. But even then, Audit and Accounts Association from MTS to OO and the Officers Federation in the name of All India Audit and Accounts Association. In the year 2018, we have formed the All India Audit and Accounts Pensioners Association also. Because day by day, it is our duty to unite all the comrades into our fold. As because you all are aware that not a single association can achieve anything nowadays. So I will not go further in the open session. I can say everything in the delegate session. So with this, I am concluding my speech. Thank you all.
Thank you, Comrade. All women comrades and comrades other than the delegates are kindly requested to attend the women conference conducted at the AG&A office at 4 o'clock. Now extend the vote of thanks. I humbly invite Comrade R. Rajesh, Convener, Audit and Accounts Association.
Honorable Speaker Sri N. Shamsir, distinguished guests, delegates and observers from various units of All India Audit and Accounts Association, dear comrades. When the Kerala unit decided to host the 48th All India Conference, I was not so confident to take up the responsibility of arranging such a great event. But once we moved ahead and considered the reception committee and various subsidiary committees, all our comrades geared up themselves to see that every possible effort is made for the successful conduct of the conference. I felt it as a cold breeze that cleans all the anxieties from my heart. Now let me move
on the responsibility assigned to me. First, I express heartfelt gratitude on behalf of the Reception Committee and All India Audit and Accounts Association to Sri A.N. Shamsir, Honorable Speaker of Kerala Legislature Assembly, for gracing this event by inaugurating this conference and sharing his thoughts. Next, I record our gratitude to Comrade G.R. Pramod, President, Confederation Trivandrum Committee, who guided us in the activities of the Reception Committee. Thank you, comrades. M.A. Ajit Kumar, General Secretary, FSCTO, P.K. Muralidharan, General Secretary, NFPT, Jagmohan Thakur, Secretary General, All India Audit and Accounts Pensioners Association, O.S. Sudhakaran, Secretary General, All India Audit and Accounts Officers Association, Comrade T. Narayanan Mash, Comrade K. Emmanuel, August presence here, and the warm greetings. I record our gratitude to our friends from visual and print media who have extended wholehearted cooperation and supported us in reaching out the general public. A special thanks to the conduct of this conference. We owe special thanks to Comrade V. Sivamar, our President, and Comrade Tabas Bose, Secretary General, for leading this association. I extended formal gratitude to these two leaders. Further, extend special thanks to the team work behind the preparation of the tribute video and the team behind for the souvenir. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the team who provided sufficient lights and sound arrangements for the conference and the excellent coverage on the LED screens. I extended warm greetings and heartfelt gratitude to the comrades who have come over here from various parts of India for the conference. I will be failing in my duty if I forget to put on record the gratitude for the valuable guidance and the contributions provided by our senior colleagues who have now switched over their membership to Audit and Accounts Pensioners Association following their superannuation. The conduct of this conference would not have been possible without the wholehearted support and guidance of various state and central government employees, organizations,